Don't worry, the video contains zero spoilers. I have taken extensive precautions to ensure that all articles have any information on the leaks removed. Please enjoy the video at your leisure. Hello everyone, welcome back to Critical Hit, the one-stop show for everything news, reviews and opinion-based videos on everything geek and gamer culture. I am your host Adam, and this video is going to be presented in two parts, one covering the information, the other containing my personal response, because oh boy do I have one. There seems to have been a substantial breach within Naughty Dog, as a massive amount of information concerning The Last of Us 2 story has been leaked, containing massive spoilers for the game's narrative. This has been substantiated by IGN, Polygon, Dexerto, GamesIndustry.biz and Kotaku UK. Though if you want to read any of this and wish to remain in the dark about spoilers, I suggest you avoid Dexerto because they included such within their article. These leaks include level names, characters and story-heavy cutscenes uploaded onto YouTube. Sony of course were quick to pull these, but the damage has already been done and re-uploads of the video have begun to appear everywhere. Polygon included that no official response has been made by Naughty Dog or Sony, but due to the crackdown of these videos, it's pretty much all but confirmed their legitimacy, plus the fact that these are very high fidelity quality cutscenes and contain the familiar voices of the voice actors. Game Industry Biz and Kotaku included a nice little additional piece of information saying that the said work was of a disgruntled employee over pay disputes. Although they do note that these are simply rumours at this point with no official confirmation by the developers. It's said in this article here that has actually been edited for your convenience to prevent spoilers, that it was actually not just an employee but an alpha tester, and seems to be confirmed by the dev messages that appear at irregular intervals, which also seem to confirm that it was a March test build. Although, like I said, nothing is confirmed at this point. Of course, what really makes this juicy is the fact that Naughty Dog have recently come under fire, haven't they? Quite earlier in this year, in fact, for how they treat their employees with abusive crunch periods. And indeed, ex-employee Jonathan Cooper even said that Naughty Dog tried to threaten him by withholding his last paycheck if he did not sign an NDA, so he could not talk about their treatment of their employees. But luckily for him, he realised that this thing would be fucking illegal, and decided to instead blow the lid off this whole shit can. And the fallout was that Naughty Dog ended up with a lot of negative exposure about their work environment. In a great article by the recently departed Jason Schreier, ex-employees did actually note that while they did have sympathies, trying to look after you, providing food, breaks, encouragement, at the end of the day all that really mattered to them was the fact that the deadlines were met and the fact that you met those bloody deadlines no matter what. There is a lot of juicy information which I will leave a link in the description below for you to check out. I suggest you do. It's quite a juicy piece and proof that Jason was probably the last actual journalist at Kotaku. RIP Kotaku's dignity. So, my response. What do I think about all this? It is without a doubt a real shame, because we all know the saying, once it's on the net, it's there forever, and it festers and it grows and it spreads very quickly. This problem is worsened by the fact, of course, by COVID-19. The game's release date has been halted indefinitely due to this, and there is no realistic set goal in sight. This means the longer this leaked information is out there, the harder it is to stay away from spoilers. There is no keeping this away from the spotlight at this point, and any attempt to try and censor the information will only result in a full-fledged Streisand effect. At this point, all that can really be done by Sony and Naughty Dog is try to salvage this horrible, horrible situation. What really stands out to me right here is Jonathan's tweet in which he's trying to talk about Naughty Dog leveraging money to try and get their way, which lends great credibility to the idea that this was a disgruntled employee getting upset about payment disputes. At this point, my advice to both Naughty Dog and Sony is just simply get a statement out there. Advise people to try and avoid spoilers if they can. It's too late, the genie's out of the bottle, there's nothing that can be done. They need to focus on trying to do damage control. As for my own personal opinion, I find myself wedged in a very awkward situation, because those of you know me know that I created this show in order to raise awareness and to prevent developers and consumers alike from being taken advantage of by corporations and their abusive practices. And while I do still stand in support of the ground troops who struggle to survive in the trenches, while these out-of-touch fuckwit generals reap the rewards of their labour and sacrifice, I feel that this person's response was incredibly unjustified. Because in the long run, he didn't really do anything to screw over these bigwigs. Not that much anyway. If anything, the people he's probably screwed over the worst are the developers who poured so much time and effort into the game. And just as importantly, he screwed over all of you. the consumers, because this information is out there now. And like spoilers to a movie, the longer it is out there, the more likely it is to become common knowledge. So you guys are at risk of having what could be an excellent game complete by this person's, albeit possibly legitimate, but at the end of the day, selfish action. And even worse, the shit trickles downwards. And now Naughty Dog, in the wake of this fucking breach, are going to feel the pressure from higher ups to try and get this done as quickly as possible, with total disregard for the safety of their employees and their mental well-being. It's the guys at the bottom and all of you who are going to mostly suffer throughout all of this in the long term, while the lords live it up in their little personal golden palaces. And they have their fingers in so many pies that this won't really affect them too badly. It's not going to hurt them that much. At the end of the day, the disgruntled employee fucked everyone except the people he was actually trying to fuck. And they have painted a huge bullseye on their back, because now both sides are going to be gunning for them. You didn't take it. You should have, in my opinion, this person should have taken it to a news source that would have happily blown the lid off the whole situation. Hell, there's this thorn in every publisher's side. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's called Jim Sterling. Perhaps you should take yourself to his website and get in contact with him. Have him blow the lid off this whole thing. I can guarantee he's professional, despite all, the giant dildo bats and everything. And he is credible in terms of keeping anonymity. Try and save face and send him an email. Get your side of the story out there so they don't fucking burn you at the stake, because both sides are going to be coming after you now. Look, my heart goes out to any fan who accidentally got parts of the story spoiled for them. They really do. Either on social media or somewhere in a comment section or a thread or whatever. People can be fucking assholes. Speaking of which, I normally say that you should comment, but if you intend to comment spoilers, please fuck off and die. They will be deleted. Then you can have my middle finger, sit on it and swivel until you feel like a fucking Beyblade. But that's my opinion. What are your thoughts on this? I would like to hear them as long as they're spoiler free. Was the leaker out of order? Was he justified? Does this do more knock-on damage to the people at the bottom than the actual higher ups? Leave a comment down below, like the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more daily content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.